Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your friend and host, PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie. I'm on the road currently, and I don't have any other way to record this, so we're going to do it while I'm driving. And funny enough, 10 years ago, I dropped my very first YouTube video. You can go back and find it on my YouTube channel, Royal Rumble 2015. It's the very first video I ever did, which I recapped the 2015 Royal Rumble. Today we're talking about the 2025 Royal Rumble, 10 years later, so 10-year anniversary episode. I wish it was more enjoyable to talk about because, oh man, Royal Rumble 2025, that was crap. In case you thought I was going to be cheerful about things, no. 2025 Rumble was such a disappointment. Let's just go over the matches. We open up, we have the women's Royal Rumble match. We get Io Sky, Io Shirai. We get Liv Morgan. Then we also have Roxanne Perez. And we got Chelsea Green. Okay, we got some really cool, great, starters for this match. Then we get the other ones, etc. We had an appearance from Trish Stratus. That was nice to see. We had the return of the goddess, Alexa Bliss. That was probably the highlight of the match, was seeing that, seeing her return. And hopefully she's back regular. I'm really hoping we see a feud between her and Liv Morgan. That's going to be really, really good. Then, of course, we get the woman who used to look like Charlotte Flair. She returned, and she really lost weight while she was injured for the past year and also getting more, face surgery done. She comes out wearing this, flesh-colored with red full attire, and she's lost so much weight. She's not out of shape. She's, fit, obviously, but she's, more muscle than anything else and doesn't have much body fat anymore. But she lost so much weight, her outfit was distracting because she had, soggy bottom. Her pants, the pant area of her outfit was just flapping in the wind. And it was a distraction. But, of course, she comes in. What was she, number 21, I think? Something like that. Was it 21? I'm trying to think. No, 27. No, she came in late, I think, right? It was 27? I could be wrong. I'm driving. I can't really stop to research this. But she comes in. We also had Nia Jax in the match, who gets to eliminate, 6 people at once. That was a joke. That was such a joke. Including, Liv and Io and them. They just get tossed aside after they've been in the match for so long. No, that was a joke. Nia, I don't understand. I really don't understand anything to do with WWE, and I'm just going to say it, the Samoan family. What is going on where they are just getting push. Now, I know, obviously, we have The Rock as one of the, head honchos now in the company, and he has a lot more say than people probably realize on what is going to happen in the shows. But it just does not make any sense to let this go through. Triple H, Nick Khan, don't they have a little bit more swag to make these decisions, more in favor of what fans want to actually see? Anyways, we finally, at number 30, we had Nikki Bella. She showed up to obviously do some damage control on her personal image with, if you know about everything that's gone down with her ex-husband and all that. So yeah, we learned how much of a nightmare she really is, and how much of a bullet John Cena dodged by not shacking up with her finally. But in the end, we come down to Roxanne Perez, NXT superstar, former two-time NXT women's champ, and Charlotte Flair. And when you got down to those final two, you knew the end of the story was going to be Charlotte Flair. We knew that going into this show. We knew that weeks ago, even before we had that terrible video package dropped on SmackDown, that she was going to be returning at the Rumble. But yes, once again, Charlotte Flair wins the Rumble. Been on vacation for over a year. People will say, oh, well, she was injured for the... Yeah, it's been nice not having her take over everything and be, hogging title belts and main event spots. Other women have had opportunities finally, thankfully. Makes no sense to give her just hand her a Royal Rumble victory over all these other women who have put in the work for the past year, become fan favorites, and then here's the Rumble, and you're going to get the title match and probably win. Okay. Why? She's never had a good title run. She wins the belts, loses the belts, and it's forgettable. They all have been forgettable. She's riding on her name. Everyone's going to say Nepo is involved, nepotism. Yes, it obviously is. And yes, we know Triple H is a fan of her daddy, best friends now and all that. So, of course, she's going to get favors. But it just does not make sense. I don't like it. It was stupid. Next up, we had DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match. I barely watched this one, and we had interference with the Street Profits helping DIY retain, so that was that. Yay. Then we have match of the night, ladder match. Cody Rhodes defending the WWE title against the Winged Eagle champion, Kevin Owens. The match was great. They fought all over the arena. They fought and knocked each other through multiple ladders, lots of crazy spots. You have Kevin Owens, basically the modern day Mick Foley, doing those crazy bumps. The match was great. It really was. The only bad thing about it was Kevin Owens lost. He stole the show for sure, but it made zero sense. Why can't we just have Kevin Owens have a WWE title run? He's never held the WWE title. Universal belt doesn't count. That's a secondary title, just like the World Heavyweight title. Those are all secondary belts, not the WWE title. It's been like 7 years since he's had even the U.S. title or IC title. Frustrating. So, yeah, we had Sami Zayn interfere or come out to check on Kevin Owens, but he didn't do anything. He didn't interfere. He didn't try to help Owens win. He didn't try to stop Cody from winning. After Cody did a Alabama slammer from the announce table through a ladder that was laying from the ring to the announce table and crashed, Owens is just doubled over and selling it the whole time. Cody slowly goes over to the ladder, slowly climbs up the ladder and gets the belts, which did not seem like a real big, the baby face, triumphant. No. And Kevin Owens is supposed to be the heel, but he's right about everything he says about Cody and about the title and all this. But, yeah, just did not work. Did not work again. There's no reason. I see no reason that Cody had to win the belt and then hold it for a whole year. I mean, people are going to say, well, but he beat Roman, and Roman held it for, 4.5 years. And it's like, yeah, and that sucked. Roman sucks. He still sucks. And anyone thinks otherwise, that's your choice and opinion. But Roman has tanked, and it's never worked. Never worked. Anyways, that was the only disappointment, though. The match was good up until the end. It sucked. Then we have another, half hour in between matches. I don't know why we had so many, commercials and promotional stuff. We had to watch a highlight reel about McAfee on his football. I don't get that. Why? This is a wrestling show. Show some highlights of his, few matches he's done. Whatever. Finally, in the end, we have the men's Royal Rumble match. We start off with Penta and Rey Mysterio, so we can get a little lucha action at the beginning. I guess also maybe test the waters to see if that is something fans want to see, which fans, do. They wanted to see Rey versus Penta, but maybe make it into a match. But we just got a little short match. It was just okay. We did have John Cena, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. We had Sheamus. We had The Miz. And lastly, at the very end, we had Logan Paul. He came out at number 30. And here I am. I'm scratching my head. Am I forgetting anybody that came out? Surprise return. Joe Henry. He came out. Joe Hendry. He came out. Yeah. Oh, we also had Jordan Grace. She was in the women's match earlier in the night and such. But anyways, just midway through the Rumble, Roman Reigns comes out at number 15 or something. A little bit later, we had Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso show up, etc. So we get down to the final 6. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena, Logan Paul, and Jey Uso. How is this right? Logan Paul, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. I mean, I'm naming all these names, and one of those names is Jey Uso. Huh? Why? The guy who loses every match? The guy who had the worst match in Mania history against Jimmy last year's Mania? It was the most boring match and still regarded as one of the worst ever. He's in the final 6? Oh, AJ Styles, right? Styles was the last one? See, again, I'm so frustrated. My mind is racing. Let me backtrack here. Everybody, if y'all don't remember, I was at the 2017 Royal Rumble in San Antonio, Texas. It was billed as the biggest Royal Rumble in history, as Vince would say. And it had like Undertaker, Goldberg, etc. We had a lot of big names in it. But come on. All right. That Rumble match was terrible. We had no surprise debuts of anything. And we had Roman spoil the 30 entrant, and then Orton wins. Oh my God. Walking out of that arena, it was crickets. Nobody was happy leaving that Rumble. Nobody was. This Rumble, we get to the final 6, and we get to the final 3, and it's Logan, Cena, and Jey. And now you're thinking, okay, it's going to be Cena. It's his last Rumble. He's going to win. He's going to get his last title shot at Mania. He's going to win the match, get another title. He'll be 17-time champ. Fine. All right, whatever. As long as he's beating Cody, that'd be even better. Okay. No. Cena eliminates Logan, and now it's Jey versus Cena in a very long, overdrawn... they did this so much during the women's and men's. Moments where they just stop and have people stare at each other and expect the crowd to be going like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest moment. This is a WrestleMania moment. We want to see this. No, they didn't. It got overly done too many times. It made no sense. And finally, the two, Jey and Cena, they're on the outside of the ring, on the apron. They're pushing, kicking each other. And then Cena sets up for a AA to toss Jey onto the floor, but he slips back over the top rope into the ring and just lightly pushes Cena, and he jumps off the apron and lands on his feet like a kitty cat. And Jey, mid-card Jey, yeet! That is, yeah, the Yeet Man is the winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble and gets a main event. This feels like opening match level main event title match. Like, we're talking like Del Rio level here. It's just so frustrating. So yeah, we have Jey Uso, DUI Uso, Jimmy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Nobody would want this in a million years, except, of course, little kids who don't have any clue about anything else would be like, yay, it's the guy that runs out where it makes the place look like a hip-hop club. Yay. Okay, but once that flashy, over-the-top rapper-style intro, once everything's shut off and the match starts, he sucks. He's a mid-level tag wrestler, and that's that. It's just so frustrating. It's ridiculous. I don't understand this, and yeah, I've had so many previous WrestleManias that I have had very little interest in seeing. So far, with Charlotte and Jey being the winners of the matches to go on to WrestleMania for title matches, I have no interest in Mania. I will literally be walking through the house while it's on TV right now and just be like, oh, okay. Anyways, I'm going to go back to doing something else. It just does not feel any intrigue at all. At all. So, yeah, that's our show. That's the pay-per-view. I give the overall Royal Rumble an F. It was a fail. Who booked this? Shane O'Mac, are you back? Vince, are you still actually pulling the strings like we all suspect you really are? I mean, I never thought for a minute he was completely gone. I know he's got, Triple H's ear, and I'm sure he's still saying, hey, Hunter, I want you to do this and push this and this. And that's where I go back to the thing. What's going on? We go back in time, back to the early 80s. Vince McMahon has, never said it and never will admit it, but you watch The Dark Side of the Ring, you watch other documentaries, you hear backstage, interview stuff, or not backstage, but you hear the shoot interviews of people saying like, oh yeah, Jimmy, or Jimmy Snuka, oh yeah, he totally, should have been in jail and this for killing his girlfriend, but Vince, paid off the police, paid off this, they did this, etc. They got him out of trouble. Why? What did Jimmy Snuka have on Vince? Is it just because he was your, one of your big stars and you didn't want to risk, your company having a murder, and then of course we have years later, other things happened. Why? What is it? Is it, again, Jimmy Snuka stuff has been protected? There's been so much protection over other ones, like stuff that, Dwayne Johnson got away with, stuff that the Usos or Nia Jax, and I'm not just saying legal troubles necessarily. I'm just saying things they've all gotten away with that other companies probably would have been like, hey, you're out of here. We're not going to, put up with this, or we're not going to let you get away with this kind of, behavior or this other types of just attitudes towards things. You do things. I don't know. Just, it gets frustrating. And when you go down the rabbit hole, you start to wonder why. Why are some of these people getting pushes that you're like, is it just, again, nepotism? Is there blackmail involved? Is there something else? What? Just explain. I don't know. I'd love to hear some theories. So if anybody has theories you want to share, post your comments. I'd love to read them. All right, guys and gals, that's all I'm going to say. It's nice to vent and get my frustrations out on this because, again, very frustrating show. I watched it with my wife, and even she was like, when is the show ending? This is boring, and this is getting way drawn out. And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, leave me comments. I want to know how you thought the show went. Did you like it? Are you happy with these two results? Where do you think we're going when we get to Chamber and then then finally at Mania? Let me know. All right, guys and gals, I'm gonna check out from here. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on all those, and I'll talk to y'all later. This is PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie, signing out.